This is Radio Taiwan International. Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Michelle Chang, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Friday, June 5th. A vigil marks the 37th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre. The foreign minister says that the Japan-Philippines agreement will not harm Taiwan's interests. And Beijing's removal of a U.S. journalist reignites press freedom concerns. But first, today's top story. To mark the 37th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre, people gathered in central Taipei on Thursday, June 4th. RTI reporter James Thompson was on the ground.
About 200 people gathered in rain-drenched Liberty Square in central Taipei on Thursday, June 4th, to mark the 37th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre, also known as the June 4th incident. Around this day in 1989, Chinese People's Liberation Army soldiers opened fire on thousands of pro-democracy protesters who had spent weeks demonstrating peacefully in Beijing. Hundreds, possibly thousands of Chinese workers, students and others were killed, and the Chinese Communist authorities later arrested and imprisoned thousands across the country to crush the nascent democracy movement. Hong Kong artist Casey Wong told RTI in an interview at the event on Thursday that Taiwanese may not care about human rights in Hong Kong or China because such repression happened to other countries, he said. But he suggested caring for other people's freedom and democracy is actually defending one's own.
The worry is when you don't care about other people's freedom and democracy, when the authoritarian government expand into your area, engulfing your area, then nobody would come and help you.
Hungarian tourist Ivan Kenyeres told RTI that he came to the vigil to remember the victims of the 1989 massacre and supported Taiwan freedom.
Taiwan is the last Chinese speaking area where people have the right to protest, people have the right to remember, and I want the Chinese Communist Party to tell exactly the people what happened there and not hiding the truth. And I also here because I want to stand up for democratic values, which is, I think, under threat worldwide.
The annual event, which was organised this year by a Taipei-based New School for Democracy and a coalition of human rights and civil society groups, included a rally and candlelight vigil. Turnout was lower than in recent years, with heavy thunderstorm rains drenching the vigil attendees. This is James Thompson with Radio Taiwan International, reporting in Taipei.
Foreign Minister Lin Jialong stated Thursday that the Exclusive Economic Zone, or EEZ, negotiations happening between Japan and the Philippines are aimed at China, not Taiwan. From this perspective, and from talks between both parties in Taiwan, he said discussions won't affect Taiwan's rights and sovereignty under international law or maritime law. Japan and the Philippines announced the initiation of a comprehensive strategic partnership via a joint statement released May 28th. The statement included plans to initiate negotiations on the EEZ and continental shelf maritime boundaries, with delineations that highly overlap with Taiwan's EEZ. The EEZ is the area 200 miles from a coastal nation's shoreline within which a country has the sovereign right to manage resources and explore. The foreign minister pointed out that these negotiations do not expand or increase the scope of either Japan's or the Philippines' EEZ. Additionally, they are not legally binding to Taiwan under international law, and Taiwan already has existing fishery agreements with both countries. Furthermore, the Taiwanese government has already received assurances from both countries on the issue. Lin said,
"After this incident, they have assured us, both publicly and via diplomatic channels, that Taiwan's interests will not be compromised. We will absolutely protect Taiwan's national sovereignty and fishing rights. The public can rest assured."
Lin said it was China's attempts to disrupt stability in the Taiwan Strait and the region that require such agreements. He said anyone trying to divert attention away from that fact or distort the issue to something else is playing right into China's strategy. Press freedom advocates reflect growing pressure on international media and independent reporting in China.
The New York Times correspondent Vivian Wang was expelled from China in February after authorities revoked her residence permit, ending nearly 5 years of reporting from the country and reigniting concerns about press freedom and foreign media access. Wang had been based in China since 2020, reporting on topics including censorship, China's COVID-19 policies, and the expansion of the country's security apparatus. Many observers believe the expulsion reflected long-standing official displeasure with her reporting. China's foreign ministry defended the decision on June 1st, claiming Wang had a, quote, well-documented record of fraudulent interviews and violated regulations governing foreign journalists. However, Beijing has not publicly released evidence supporting those allegations. China's foreign ministry spokesperson Lin Jian said the case was handled according to Chinese law. He also criticized the New York Times for reporting that referred to Taiwan as a sovereign country, arguing such descriptions violate the One China principle. Taiwan's presidential office spokesperson Guo Yahui condemned Beijing's actions, saying they were intended to pressure media organizations and discourage international journalists from engaging with Taiwan's leaders. The case has drawn wider attention after the Trump administration revoked the visa of Xinhua News Agency journalists working in the United States, a move widely viewed as a reciprocal response. The New York Times executive editor Joseph Kahn called the expulsion a mistake, warning it would further restrict independent reporting on China at a time when understanding the world's second-largest economy remains critically important. Joey Cho for RTI News.
The Foreign Ministry's Central American Trade Office, or CATO, hosted a booth at this year's Computex, showcasing allied nations' contributions to the technology sector. The booth highlighted the connections between Taiwan, Guatemala, and Belize, and was especially popular for its surprising tech facts. On Thursday, CATO shared some of these facts on Facebook, showing how both countries have left their mark on tech history. The booth pointed out that Guatemala's Luis Van An, the co-founder of the app Duolingo, was also a key developer behind CAPTCHA and reCAPTCHA technologies. It also highlighted a Belizean inventor who was deeply involved in developing mobile ringtones. CATO's goal is to show that technological innovations don't only stem from advanced countries, but can also come from friendly nations on the other side of the world. Taiwan has worked closely with allies in digital sectors, and it remains a focus for many of the Foreign Ministry's flagship Rongban Plan objectives. In Guatemala, for example, Taiwan has focused on high-tech industries, including semiconductors and ICT security, to implement its Chip Road Plan through technical training, sharing expertise, and industrial development. The ministry has also worked in both Belize and Guatemala to strengthen cybersecurity through the Global Cooperation and Training Framework platform. In May, Taiwan and the United States co-hosted an international cybersecurity workshop in Belize on cybersecurity in the age of artificial intelligence. According to a ministry official, this is Taiwan's overall comprehensive diplomacy strategy, sharing Taiwan's expertise, services, and smart solutions with the world. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang said that Taiwan occupies a central position in the global AI supply chain, but needs more electrical power to continue capitalizing on AI business opportunities and maintain economic prosperity. That statement came on Friday, June 5th, shortly after Huang left Taiwan for South Korea. Huang said that energy is the foundation of industrial growth and a necessary element of industrial development. He pointed out that this is not a problem unique to Taiwan, but one the whole world is facing. Huang had made similar comments earlier during his visit to Taiwan.
Taiwan needs energy, and the reason why Taiwan needs energy is because the industries are growing 14% in just the first quarter. In order to have growth, in order for Taiwan to have prosperity and economic growth, and for all of the people here in Taiwan to continue to thrive and succeed, take the opportunity of the AI revolution. It needs to have energy. Energy is what's necessary for industrial growth. Energy is necessary all over the world. Every industry that would like to see growth must have energy.
The 2026 Railway Bento Festival kicked off on Friday, June 5th at Taipei Main Station with the ringing of the train departure bell. Deputy Transportation Minister Wu Shengyuan spoke at the event, stating that the festival has become an important platform connecting tourism, culture, design, and exchange, allowing Taiwan's railway culture to reach the international stage and showcasing Taiwan's creativity and strength to the world. Wu said that railways are a vital artery of national development, and railway bento boxes represent the warmest and most thoughtful element. He elaborated that the number of exhibitors has exceeded previous years, with 15 railway companies from Japan and various other countries demonstrating that Taiwan's railway culture is going global. Taiwan Railway Corp. TR Chairman James Jung said that this year's festival themed A New Era of Bento Travel is the best stage to showcase the concrete realization of the valuable and mutually beneficial relationship between rail economy and rail tourism. Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Michelle Chang. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.